When you're about to spend a few $100s on a built-in grill, the first thing that pops into my head is that familiar mix of excitement and doubt. Will this actually fit my kitchen layout? Will it give me the sear I want without blowing a hole in my budget? I've been there, standing in the hardware aisle, trying to picture a stainless steel slab of heat under my next weekend burgers. If you're wrestling with that same hesitation, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Broil King Imperial S570 is the kind of grill that promises a professional-grade cooking surface for a residential kitchen. It's a 5-burner head, built to bolt into a custom cabinet or a prefabricated enclosure, and it comes with a rear rotisserie burner that's meant to give you that low-and-slow rotisserie capability without adding a separate unit. On paper you get 875 square inches of total cooking area, 55,000 BTUs spread across dual-tube stainless steel burners, and a Flav-R-Wave system that supposedly spreads heat evenly. Those numbers look impressive, but the real question is how they translate when you actually fire it up for a family dinner or a backyard gathering. Let's start with the layout. The 625 square inch primary cooking zone is framed by stainless steel grids that are reversible, the pointed side for direct searing, the flat side for more gentle cooking. I've seen people use that flexibility to get a perfect crust on a steak 1 minute and then slide a tray of veggies onto the flat side for a slower roast. Because the grill is a built-in head, you're expected to have a custom enclosure that can accommodate the 5-burner spread. If you already have a stainless steel cabinet or a modular system that matches the dimensions, the installation is straightforward. You bolt the grill head in, hook up the propane line, and you're ready to go. For anyone who's just buying a freestanding unit and hoping to drop this into a portable cart, the fit can be a real pain point. The rear rotisserie burner adds a little extra width, so you need to be sure the back wall of your enclosure can handle the extra clearance. Now, about the heat. The dual-tube burners are designed to deliver a total of 55,000 BTUs, but because the output is split across 5 burners, each one is more modest than you'd get on a single large burner. In practice, that means the heat is very controllable. When I turned the knobs to medium-high on the central 3 burners, the cooking surface reached a steady 450 F in about 5 minutes, which is more than enough for a good sear on a ribeye. The rear rotisserie burner, on the other hand, is set at a lower output, perfect for slowly turning a whole chicken without burning the skin. The real win here is the full-coverage Flav-R-Wave cooking system. The stainless steel cookbox with cast aluminum end caps acts like a heatsink, distributing the flame more evenly than a simple open-flame design. The result is fewer hot spots and a more consistent temperature across that 625 square inch zone. That even heat distribution is where the grill really shows its value for people who do a lot of multi-item cooking. Imagine a Sunday brunch where you're searing bacon on the pointed side of one grid, baking cinnamon rolls on the flat side, and simultaneously rotating a turkey on the rear burner. Because each burner can be dialed independently, you can keep the bacon hot without overcooking the rolls, and the rotisserie can stay at a low 250 F while the other zones stay at 350400 F. For families that love to cook several dishes at once, the ability to run those separate temperature zones without one zone stealing heat from the other is a practical advantage that you don't notice in a smaller, single-burner grill. However, there are trade-offs you need to be aware of before you commit. First, the size and weight. The grill head alone weighs well over 150 pounds, and while the stainless steel construction feels sturdy, it also means you'll need a professional to help you mount it if you're not comfortable with heavy lifting. Second, the rear rotisserie burner, while a nice feature, can be a bit finicky. It relies on a separate gas line and a rotating spit assembly that some users have reported needing periodic adjustments to keep it smooth. If you're not planning to use the rotisserie often, you might be adding complexity for a feature you rarely use. Another practical consideration is the cleaning routine. The grids are reversible, which is great for swapping between searing and gentle cooking, but they're also solid stainless steel with a pointed edge that can trap food particles. I found that a quick brush after each use keeps the grill surface clean, but a deeper clean, soaking the grids and the rotisserie spit in warm, soapy water is still required every few weeks to prevent buildup. The cookbox's cast aluminum end caps are designed to retain heat, which is excellent for cooking, but it also means the interior stays hot for a while after you shut the burners off. If you have kids running around,